This woman injured her eyes during a welding competition after being struck by an intense flash of light. Only then did she realize that her protective goggles were damaged. Seeing this, the judges immediately arranged for a new pair to be brought to her. However, there was no time left. The competition had only 2 minutes remaining before it ended. Everyone at the scene believed she was certain to lose, but as she heard the murmurs and sighs from the crowd, the woman did not panic at all. She calmly took off her jacket and covered her eyes with it. Of course, this meant she could no longer see what was happening in front of her. Yet, relying solely on her many years of experience, she continued the competition. This scene left her opponents frozen in shock. They could not believe she would dare to do such a thing. Even the audience held their breath, afraid to make a single sound, in case it disturbed her next move. Very soon, the woman completed the task while blindfolded. As expected, she became the champion of the competition. The cheers from the crowd filled her with joy, and the reason she had pushed herself so hard was for the piece of gold in her hands. She planned to use it to personally craft a pair of wedding rings for her husband. Before long, with her superb skills, a shining golden ring was carefully polished and completed. But when she tried to put it on her husband's finger, she realized the ring was one size too small and would not go on. Unwilling to let her efforts go to waste, the husband bravely told her to force it on anyway. Using all her strength, the woman managed to push the ring onto his finger. However, they did not expect what followed. Because the ring was too tight, the finger quickly became severely swollen and congested. The pain was so intense that the man rolled on the ground in agony. The woman rushed to apply lubricant to remove the ring, but nothing worked. As the situation grew more serious, it was clear they would not make it to the hospital in time. That was when the woman came up with a bold idea. She decided to use a hydraulic press to crush the ring directly, but this required extremely precise control, and had to be completed within 0.1 seconds. Otherwise, the man's finger could be crushed as well. This was a technique no one had ever successfully performed before. The man was terrified and strongly resisted at first, but under his wife's insistence, he finally placed his finger into the hydraulic press. The woman herself was deeply afraid, but for her husband's sake, she clenched her teeth and activated the machine. The very next second, the ring shattered. Seeing his finger completely unharmed, the man was overwhelmed with relief and joy. The woman hugged her husband tightly, comforting him in her arms.